Right, we're going to make a potato bake today, different version. This is just some of the ingredients going in it. A little bit of chicken stock powder will go in there. Going to grate some cheese. There's a pasta bake. I'm going to use that instead of cream today. A bit of paprika, a bit of parsley. This is dried onions and a bit of black pepper. Along with some bacon. Anything you do with bacon is going to be good. There's bacon, there's a bit of ham cut up, some onions, a bit of garlic, fresh garlic crushed. These potatoes I'm just about to turn off. What I've done with these potatoes is cook them so they're about 90% cooked. Okay, so I'm going to run these under the water now. You can see they're quite thick chunks of potato, sliced up. I'm going to run these under some cold water to keep them at their level they are now so they don't keep cooking. And I'll come back and I'll start compiling. Alright, now I've got the potatoes that I've put under some cold water because I want to keep them at the same level. Now I'm just going to tip them in. You can do all sorts of fancy layering if you like, but I'm just going to level them out. For me that's good. Now what I'm going to do now is actually cook the onions, the ham, the garlic, get that sort of cooked, and then we'll do another layer. So just give me a bit of a minute, and I'll start cooking the now we're going to start adding the onion. But hear that sizzle when you cook. Probably 3 onions going into this. I suppose you call them medium size. And also the ham and the bacon. Cook it all at the same time. Doesn't really matter. There's also some fresh garlic going in there as well. All that can go in. Bit of olive oil that I put in the pan first. Believe it or not, that adds flavour as well. Now we're going to cook all this down. Probably going to take about 10 or 15 minutes to get it where I want it. And that's going to go on top of the potatoes. With the potatoes, I wanted to show you. They're about, how can I say it, they're about 90% cooked. So if you tear it, there's still a bit of body in there when you bite it. You can see that it's cooked, but it still needs a little bit more, which is great because it's going to go in the oven anyway. So we'll keep stirring this for a while, mixing everything. Garlic's in there as well. And we will come back, and at the stage when the actual onions and bacon and ham is all cooked, and then we'll add that to the potato bake. Now this is about halfway through the process. You can see that the onion's starting to soften up. There's a little bit of colour coming on the ham and the bacon. That's okay, you probably need about another 5, maybe 10 minutes. It's going to be done when it's ready. Just wanted to show you at that about halfway stage, so we'll come back when that's done, ready to be put on the potatoes. Well, we're getting pretty close now because this is going to go straight on top of the potato bake. I'm actually just seasoning a bit of pepper. I love pepper. Pepper's superb. Now, just for another layer of flavour, I'm just going to use a little bit of chicken stock. If you can see that. Just a little sprinkle. Just another layer of flavour. Even though we've got onions in there, I do like using these dried shallot onions. They're just beautiful. They've got a caramel type effect to make any dish that you cook sweeter. Because they're dry now, it'll soak up a little bit of the moisture from the vegetables and actually softens up very, very quickly. So we're just going to give that a bit of a stir. Pretty close. A little bit of colour on the bacon and the ham. Not too much. Enough. There's about 3 medium onions in here, probably about, I'm guessing, 4 ounces of bacon and ham combined. Right, put that another minute or two, and then I'll put that on top of the potatoes, and we will be nearly ready to put that in the oven. Right, I can generally do this potato bake with cream. I love cream on there, but I've got a jar of this pasta bake, alright, which you'd use on pasta generally, but I'm just going to put a little drizzle on top of these potatoes to start off with. You'll see why I'm not putting it all on in a second, because what I'm going to do is add a little bit of water to thin that out slightly. Now we're going to start putting on this mixture of all delicious onions, bacon, garlic. I mean, even just those three ingredients alone, you can't go wrong. Alright, so that's all done. Just spread that out reasonably even. There's no such thing as, oh, you missed a bit, just how it works. Alright, remember those potatoes are about 90% cooked. Now let's just put a little bit of water, just a bit. Shake the rest of this up, because all these pasta bake sauces are very thick. So we're just thinning that out slightly. And we're now, as you see, it's a lot thinner than the other ones underneath, but that's cool. Beautiful. Now, what we need to do now is add a little bit of extra on top. And what would that extra be? Well, cheese. I mean, you cannot go wrong with cheese. So this is, you can make so many different versions of potato bakes. Like I say, cream's really, really cool. I like adding a little bit of mustard in with my cream. I didn't do it with this. This particular pasta bake was called Three Cheeses, so it's got a lot of cheese in it anyway. So we're just adding a bit more. It's going to form a little layer on top when it's cooked. Probably about, I think, 1.5 ounces, 2 ounces of cheese going on top. Which I don't think you can make a mistake with cheese. Is there ever enough? Now, just to finish off, I am going to put a little bit of paprika, which just adds beautiful colour. So we're just going to add a bit of a colour and flavour. It's a real smoky paprika. The flavour is going to be superb. Looking good. Just to top it off, just a little bit of parsley. Just going to sprinkle that on top. Now that's going to go into an oven of about 190 Celsius. Don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. Quickly get your calculators out. And I will bring that back when it's cooked. Take about 20-25 minutes. And we'll see the end. Alright, we just put that in the oven, but a quick summary. There is about 6-7 medium-sized potatoes. They're cut about 3/4 inch thick, put into a pot, parboiled. So there's still a bit, al dente if you like. Cooled off under a tap so they don't cook anymore. They're then placed into that baking dish. We put a little bit of that pasta bake sauce on top of that. Then we added the bacon, ham, onion and garlic mixture all over the top, spread it out. Then we put a little bit more of that, watered down the last bit of that pasta bake, made it a bit loose, put it on top with everything else, added a bit of cheese, and then we've added a bit of paprika and a bit of parsley. And very shortly it'll be finished, so hopefully it'll taste good. Be back shortly. Alright, that's the end product. You can probably see that it's got fairly firm, nice cheesy crust on it. I'm going to dish that up on a plate with a little bit of a green salad on it, and that'll be dinner. So let's see what it looks like when it's finished. Alright, that's my, it's a different version, but that's a potato bake all the same. And it's delicious, absolutely delicious. So if you want to give it a try, by all means. There's no hard and fast rules. If you want to vary it, by all means do so. But that's my version of cheesy potato bake. Enjoy.